on Main Street. And now in the mornings at 5 a.m., 5:30, I'm waiting for 2 or 3 or 4 cars. We're used to.
Yeah,
no one was on the road.
It's all.
Tonight we have Mayor Pro Tem Terry Paul Cunningham, Alderperson Lori Lane, Councilperson Brandon Hackett, Councilperson Bill Boone, and Councilperson Mary Perkins. We have a quorum. We have all members present. And with that, I will ask Chief Lee Dixon if he will lead us in the invocation.
Lord, we come tonight, thank you for allowing us to gather. Lord, we ask you to give us wisdom and guidance as we handle the affairs of the city. God, we ask you to bless this city and all its residents, bless the state and the nation. Father, bless all the bereaved, those that have lost loved ones this week. Father, just be with them, lead, guide, and direct them. Let them know that you're still an ever-helpful presence in their life. Oh God, just have this meeting be informative and the work will soon be done in the city's honor. Father, we ask this blessing in all in your name. Amen.
Thank you, sir. This time I will open the public hearing. Public item A is Mr. Mario Espinoza, who is requesting to rezone property at 87 2nd Street, Honey Grove, from a single family 2 to a manufactured home 1. And so the meeting is open for those. And I have Mr. Espinoza is here. So you want to come to the front and explain to the council at the mic, sir, and explain what it is that you'd like to do. They have the packet with your information on it. So if you'll just come over to the mic. Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I've been trying to do this for a while. It's kind of hard for playing something, you know, but we're trying to apply to see if they can approve it to move a home in to the 2nd Street, pretty much outside of Honey Grove. I've been here for 2011. I lost my wife a couple of years ago, so I tried to build something for my kids. Somehow in the future they can be safe and stable. I would play. I like Honey Grove. For all this time, I've never seen the issues around here. I think it's a good town to kids can grow up, and I really like to see if I can make this dream possible, because it's not easy. Or either way you look at it, it's kind of hard. But God has improved here. Like, I try to go against all the laws the office, the city asking for. Things as you have everything like they asking me, but if there's something missing, I try to do the best I can. I really like Honey Grove, which my kids grow here. And if you anybody see what the plan is, I got the site plan, I got the survey, site plan, then I have what the movement can look like. So that I'm gonna try to get a brand new move for me. Like, you know how I use it, like something new.
This is a piece of property that's on 2nd Street. I think it faces, it's between Pacific and Scott. I think it faces Scott, doesn't it?
Yes, Scott is like
On the
this is
south side.
Scott and this is 2nd Street, and there's a 56 behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that side of the river track, right? So
I think it's a long, narrow lot, isn't it? That's along Scott Street, along 2nd and Scott, where it is.
The way I look into the survey, there's Scott Street here, 2nd Street here, and this looks like it's a couple little lots, and the city having all that, like access for handling whatever happens, they go to there. Well, like I say, I have oversight plan here.
Yes, just bring them and they'll pass them.
Okay.
That'd be great. Council, if you have questions, now is this a double wide, is it a double wide trailer? Is that?
Yes.
Yes.
This is good, and I just tried, I just wanted to go onto the limit size because I'm proceeded to give me the paperwork where they say it has to be 25 for the front, 25 for the side, and they did it inside. So that's the trailer will fit there at that time. So, see, if it's in this place, we just let me know. I like to say sorry for a second on there. I'll never forget for the face, it's be nervous.
Yeah, that's right. I think council, we've had in the past with that lot, it's a kind of a long, narrow lot. And we've had in the past folks who wanted to put a house there and it just wasn't big enough for any house being size. So, what Mr. Espinosa is asking is to change the zoning so that, the trailer house can go there instead of my house. And I think it will face Scott Street, and second will be, if you're facing Scott, I think it'll be on the right, on the side.
Correct, because that's the only way I can make it feel very wide. So, we might move on to Sky Street and not like Second Street. Because the property is not match for me.
Any other questions, Mr. Espinosa? Anything you want to ask at this point? You want to add anything, Mr. Espinosa?
Well, like I said, you let me from now, but there's a lot of things that I want you to know about me. I've been here for 2011. I never had any issues around here, but nobody tried to be. I mean, I was nice with my neighbors. And like I said, all I try to do is for my kids. Because, like I said, we were my wife a couple of years ago. So, I think I still can make something for them. If we would figure out, get something safe where they can stand, you know? And I really appreciate everyone that they give me the opportunity to make that dream possible.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you so much. We have one other person. If you have nothing else to add, we'll go, let's see who else from the public has any comments today.
Excuse me?
If you have nothing more to add, we'll ask if there are others in the public who want to speak in the public forum. Is there anything more you want to add?
No, I mean, I hope I'll be, because my English is not really good either, but I try to do the best. But I hope you understand what I'm saying, and I just want to make sure that you guys feel fair with me, like I'm not a trouble guy, I'm not here to make trouble. I try to leave my kids safe, and so that it's, you know, like.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Ben.
Okay.
We have Mr. Jockelson, Adam Jockelson, who wants to speak in the public forum on this item. Thank you. You'd like to just take a seat? Wait. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'm Adam Jockelson. I'm an engineer. Actually, currently reside primarily in Dallas, but I'm a land member here in Honey Grove. least one of my lots is within the notification radius of this potential zoning change. I'm here to speak in opposition to the zoning change. This is not because I have any personal grievance with Mr. Espinosa. I've never met Mr. Espinosa, and I do believe, having seen him speak tonight, his heart's in the right place. I just feel that a zoning change in this regard is a risky proposition for the city of Honey Grove. And I'll be honest, I'm not an unbiased observer regarding this. I have personally benefited from the current zoning in Honey Grove and the previous refusal to rezone towards manufactured homes. Before I owned the lots that I owned, they were owned by a real estate broker who never set foot in Honey Grove. He had seen these lots on Google Street View and had purchased a couple lots, having noticed that one of the lots neighboring had a single wide home on it. His intent was to put single wide homes on it to be Airbnbs. When he submitted his plan to do that, the city of Honey Grove told him that that area is not zoned for manufactured homes. He pointed out, what about the neighboring home? And his counsel was like, that happened a long time ago. That's your grandfather did. So, what I see as a problem of rezoning here is that the risk is that you get landowners coming in who are strictly here to turn a profit and just to put in something to get things going. And rather than getting, to toot my own horn, to get a landowner like myself who has every intent to become part of the community and build something that is good for the community. And I'm actually not here to say that manufactured homes are bad for the community necessarily. But what I think personally would be a better option in this regard would be to keep the zoning as is, but take potential variances under consideration on a case-by-case basis. Because as I don't have to tell you that a city can choose to make variances to the zoning without actually having the zoning change and set the precedent that any other landowner can come in and just turn it into manufactured communities. That's all I have to say about that.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak in the public forum? Hearing none, I'm going to close the public forum at 6:12, and I will open the discussion and action on the request that Mr. Espinosa has made to rezone the property at 82nd Street from single family to manufactured home one. And we're open for discussion from the planning and zoning commission. Discussion.
This is the railroad right away.
No, it's not the right way. It's down on Scott. Scott Street Pacific fronts the railroad, and then Scott is the last street over. It's on the corner of 34 and Scott.
It's a block south.
It's over east on that block is the house where he would like to sit.
Do we have to change the zone? Just allow?
You have to change the zoning.
Mr. Mayor, just looking at the map, a block down, there's a very old trailer house that's already there and in major disrepair. I would hate to see more of that happen. To Adam's point, I wouldn't mind making some variances if somebody wanted to make a smaller home on there. It looked like in his plans, he has 2 lots and he's going to span over both of those lots for this trailer home. And I really wouldn't be opposed to having a variance on the size of the house because of the limitations of the property, but I don't know that a manufactured home is maybe the best way to go on this.
Other comments? Yeah, but we still, we can look at those kinds of things. I know we have a requirement of 300 square feet, but certainly the space looks like it would accommodate something more than that. As I recall, the individual that came before one lot, just one long lot that was trying to do. Those lots are cut up kind of strangely down there. So, other comments?
I feel like the zoning was gonna be changed, that would be a good place to change it versus the last time that we had the opposition here. But
What did you say?
I said, if you were gonna put a mobile home, that would be a good place to put one, cause there's more than one, it's, yeah. There's
Yeah,
a
and
lot
they,
itself.
but they don't look good.
Sir?
But they don't look good, and I fear that it would begin to creep on north. Where do you stop it at? You know,
Right.
where's
So you're
that line?
saying-
I do agree with you. If you were going to make a variance, that would be a good place to make a variance at.
So you can't, I'm trying to understand you, you can't change just this one lot, you have to change the whole zone?
There's two different thoughts on that. And one is, if you do it just on a lot at a time, that's called spot zoning. And that shouldn't be permitted, because then you just have spots within districts that are rezoned differently. It's not a good plan. The other thing is for him to apply for a permit, that to be denied, and then you can determine whether or not you want to grant some sort of lot variance right there on that. But right now, what you've got is a request for a zoning change, and it'd be just right there. Your zoning map is going to be real hard to follow if you start doing things like that and just spot it here and spot it there. And there are some case decisions that says you're not supposed to do that, although they're not of recent vintage.
So if we're changing the zone, what does that zone cover?
It would just cover what, right there where he is. It's only for that lot. That would be it. I don't know if you have anything on your agenda. What does your agenda read? What does it say?
It was just that one lot.
But you said that would be called spot zone, right?
I have heard it called that, yes, sir.
And you don't recommend that?
I don't recommend it.
So if we're gonna zone it, how far are we gonna zone it? Zone the whole Scott Street or I mean, we got mobile homes spotted.
Here's your agenda item. You tell me what you can do. The agenda item says rezone property 87 2nd Street. That's your agenda item.
That's the question. And just to make one comment, and I certainly understand Mr. Espinosa's desire to move a home there. I will say this, that there's a lot of things happening in that particular neighborhood. Where new homes are going in down there. The home program is providing a number of folks homes, having brick homes that are down in there. So, you know, I think you have to think about if you do zoning, changing the zones.
Have you already bought the lot, purchased the lot? Did you purchase the lot already?
Yeah, there's from the 2 here, back to 2 here in Main Street. Yeah, the lot was almost 6 years.
Have you already purchased the trailer house? Have you already purchased the home?
I'm sorry, sir, my years.
It's okay.
So,
Okay.
I tried to go the right way, you know.
Yeah.
I
Have you considered, building a home there?
Yeah, but to be honest, this,
Yeah. But you have not purchased the home, you've not purchased the house yet? Yeah. Okay, thank you. are always tough questions when you get down to zoning and rezoning. Part of the effort, and I know I can also point to places down there where we've had old homes, that sort of thing. But I also know that we've kind of moved in the direction of a lot of that work being replaced, mobile homes being taken down. So it's really a question of whether you're interested in rezoning. That's the question tonight. This particular block space. These are hard questions, and that's why you all get paid the big bucks.
Well, I make a motion that we do not change the zoning, that he should maybe save some money and build something in the future, since he has not purchased the mobile home anyway.
We have a motion from Ms. Perkins that do not change the zoning. We have a second.
I'll second it.
We have a second from Mr. Moon. Any further discussion? All those in favor of not rezoning the property, raise your right hand. We have Ms. Perkins, Mr. Cunningham, Mr. Kathy, Mr. Moon, Ms. Lane. So the request to rezone is denied. Thank you, sir. Talk to us about something else that you might like to put there. Thank you. I will adjourn the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. It is now 6:22. And we'll move to the regular agenda. And I'll call this meeting to order. Again, we have Mr. Cunningham, Ms. Lane, Mr. Kathy, Ms. Perkins, and Mr. Moon for present, Mr. Quorum, and we will continue. We had the invitation early, so we will go to the public forum. And at this time, I hope, I'm not going to read the public forum statement because I have one person who has signed up to speak during this time. And at that, I'll ask Judge Thorpe to come forward and talk to us about jonquils or daffodils.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members. I appreciate you giving me the time. My name is Lori Blake, and I'm here as a representative of the Fannin County Master Gardeners, letting you know about an opportunity that we would like you to participate in. And it is the Daffodil Project. The first thing is it will cost you nothing. I also understand that if the city isn't able to participate, perhaps your robust Chamber of Commerce or your beautification association might. The reason why the project is at no cost is because the sponsoring individual is David Keene. Some of you may know him as the gentleman that makes the motor pens. But this is something he's passionate about. And so he is going to help fund the actual payment of the bulbs. The Master Gardeners are going to do what I am right now, reaching out to the communities, seeing who across the county would like to participate, work with them to select a location because it will be the cities or the Beautification Association, the Chamber, whatever entity is working with us. It will be their selection of the site that you would like to use. We're looking at mass planting of daffodils, and that would be between 150 and 200 bulbs. It's dependent on how many communities participate. We have 3 committed, and I've got another one to talk to this week. What we would do for the timeline is at the end of August, we'll have our orders placed, and actually before the end of August, by the end of July we will, and by the end of August we'll have the bulbs, and we would start planting in various communities, and have that finished by early September. So what is it that we would want from our partner, city, or beautification association, or chamber? We would like them to identify the location. We would like them to let us know the planning ideas that they have for where that would be located. We would work with them on that. And then any assistance to work with us in getting it planted, we will also be there to help get them planted. In fact, I've ordered an auger to go with an electric screwdriver so we can get that done more readily. encumbering to anybody who has that is, if you have ever had bulbs, you know that you cannot mow them when they're green if you want them to come back next year. So after the bulbs bloom, and that would really be in February through March, it would not be more than 2 to 4 weeks. Then you have to wait until the tops become yellow and fall over. After that, you can mow away. The beauty of the daffodil is that it is low maintenance. You get it in the ground, you don't have to do extra watering, just don't mow the greens. As a general rule, people aren't really mowing until late April, which means the greens would have yellowed by then, and it really should not impede any maintenance that any of the entities would want to apply. The master gardeners will actually handle the coordination of the ordering of the bulbs, payment of those bulbs, getting them here, and then working with you and identifying those things and help provide the education. The benefits to the city, and that is they're just beautiful. If you have had bulbs, you also know the ones we are looking at, they are perennials for this part of the country. Every bulb will have one blossom. With us planting by September next year, every one of those bulbs should bloom. And then following that time, every year thereafter, those bulbs will multiply. It will have 1 or 2 more bulbs. So you can imagine in 5 to 7 years, we can have a pretty robust area of daffodils. The concept was to sort of draw ecotourism and people to taking pictures by the daffodils, things of that nature. A little bit about the daffodil. There are 50 species of daffodils and over 10,000 varieties. The origin of the daffodil is unknown. During ancient times, it was called a narcissus plant. The American Cancer Association uses the daffodil as their official symbol. The daffodil symbolizes hope and rebirth at the end of the gloomy winter. The yellow daffodil symbolizes positivity, and the trumpet-shaped flower symbolizes happiness. Chief is weighing in. The daffodils themselves do tolerate the heavy clay soil. They require very minimum care in our dorm during the summer weather. They are a beneficial plant. They can be planted at the drip line of a tree and prevent grass from competing with the tree for water and soil nutrients. The daffodil bulb repels digging animals such as gophers and moles. I had somebody ask about dogs, and I can't verify or vouch for the repelling dogs. And the above ground leaves repel deer and other browsers. So that's what I have on the daffodils. I'm available, I guess, public comments. I can't, you guys can't ask questions, but I wanted to let you know that. And if you wanted to reach out to me, I am the point of contact on this project.
I think we'll probably find someone who's interested in working on this project.
All right.
We will get with you and find out what we need to order.
Perfect. You just let me know, and we'll get on it. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, we'll close the public hearing. We'll move to the consent items. And in your packet, you have the meeting of the previous meetings, the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of June 9th, the City Council meeting of June 9th, City Council workshop June 23rd, liabilities disbursements, City Secretary report, Police Department report, Utilities Department report, the Fire Department report, and Mr. Rigman has asked if you could make a comment or two about what they're doing at the fire department. And Mr. Rigman, you'll make it brief.
As brief as I can. Want to give you guys an update on what's going on with the new fire engine. Some of you have been part of this project for a long time. We're at about 18 months now since we started talking, and we're on the finish line. We went and looked at it. We did our first inspection on Memorial Day. We did all of our what we call make ready. So they went in and customized it for our needs, and it will be ready Friday to pick up. So we will have it in the house Friday afternoon. We want to do some traditionally for fire, new fire apparatus. We'll do a push-in ceremony. We want to set that up. Obviously, we want as many y'all can make it to be there. Try to make it a community event, because this is a big deal for the community, it's a big purchase. It's a big replacement, it's definitely something that was needed. And I just wanted y'all to have an update that we're just a few days away from receiving. That's all I've got.
That's it. All right, thank you. That was brief enough.
Brief enough.
I will compliment our department and the EMT program, because I myself had to call on them a week or so ago. They were very responsive in helping me with my problem. I appreciate that. Any comments or questions about any of the items in the consent item agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent items.
A motion to approve the consent items.
Have a motion from Ms. Lane to approve the consent items. Do we have a second? I'll second. Have a second from Mr. McCaffrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries unanimously. All right, we're going to do anything from the council or the mayor regarding any of this. Fourth of July program was outstanding. There were a lot of people who were involved in that and made it happen. And we especially appreciate Paul Puckett and his team who basically makes that happen. And we're fortunate in Honey Grove. I saw a number somewhere where they talked about phone dings and there was 6,000 or something.
Last year it was 6,500.
Yeah.
This year, he just got me the numbers today. They are no longer able to ping anything around the school. So he could only do the area surrounding, and he pulled 3,800 in the area surrounding, not counting everybody that was at the school. And so it hit more than 6,500 for sure.
So we appreciate so much what everyone does to make it happen. Again, especially Paul and his team, who really put a lot of effort in it and bring a lot of folks to Honey Grove. It's one of, I guess, our biggest one. Anything else? All right, let's move to old business. Consider take action under an ordinance of the City Council, of the City of Honey Grove, approving authorizing the city to enter into an interlocal agreement for police services with the town of South City. It is my understanding, Chief, that you've had a conversation with the mayor, the council there, and this body, I think, has really kind of approved the agreement in and of itself, correct?
Don't approve it last month, so they're not sick. It's okay.
Any questions or comments? Anything you want to add?
That agreement just basically tracks the same one we have with Wyndham. And it's based on the foundational ordinance, which I have discovered is required, so that the ordinance attaches the agreement as Exhibit A, $900 a month, expires annually, renews automatically. So there's easy in and easy out for both the entities. If we decide it's too cheap, we don't want to do it, we can get out relatively easy.
Where does it say the dollar amount on here?
I'm not sure it says.
I don't think it has an amount.
I think it was the last time.
It's in section 2.
Section 2.
Consideration.
Am I looking at the wrong one? Nope. It's a different one. Hold on. Got it. Thank you.
This agreement is essentially the agreement that we have with Wyndham, I believe. And assume the same fees that we charge for Dodge City, we're charging for Wyndham now.
I think the Wyndham contract's a little bit cheaper than this one is, which might need to be reviewed. I think it's $750 a month, and this one's $900. I'm still not convinced that you're breaking even when you charge that amount, but that's not my job. So you get to decide how much you want to charge. But this one is the monthly rate is more than the one at Wyndham originally. Yes.
I make a motion that we approve, this agreement with the city and Dodge City.
And we have a motion from Mr. Tappan to approve this agreement with Dodge City. Do we have a second? We have a second from Ms. Lane. Any other discussion?
Before we go full on, section 5 under termination, I thought, that's why I was looking at you, Mr. Hamilton, because I thought I read somewhere in there 3 years. So it's automatically terminating every 3 years. Do we have in here somewhere where it automatically renews after that?
Let me look. Yes, you have to read 3 and 5 together. It's actually, what 3 says is it's going to terminate on the anniversary of the execution date, which if you sign, it'll be today, or when you get a signature page back from Dodge City, that'll be the anniversary date. It terminates then, which means you can back out of it then, but then it automatically renews for that 3-year period. So that's the reason I said it was easy in, easy out. It's gonna expire, but it renews itself. It regenerates at the end of a year.
That was my only question.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor of the motion, raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I'm going to bring one other item that we need Mr. Hamilton to be with us for. He's dedicated here, and it is item T, the lease agreement with the chamber with the changes added. So if we go to item D, we'll cover that item, and then Mr. Hamilton will be able to slide out with this thing. We've discussed a great deal about the lease agreement and changes with the chamber, and I'm assuming chamber members have looked at all of this and in agreement with everything as far as you're concerned, right?
I don't think they received it.
They didn't receive it?
I don't think we have an update for it.
You've not seen it?
I don't think so.
You we can pull it from the agenda and bring it back. Is that okay?
Well, there was no change in it.
We can pull it. That's where, you all have your liability insurance, thinking as well. But when we do that, just bring that, and, just be sure that your policy includes coverage for injuries for anyone that will be in accidents that might impact the property. And so we'll bring it back, and go ahead and do that. We'll bring it off just as soon as we can. So,
The new part that's been added is highlighted in yellow. If you can get a color copy, or if they can email it to you, then that's the part you'll need to look at.
okay. All right, we'll go back to the regular agenda. With that, we'll go to, sure I'm not skipping something. Yes, item G, which is old business. the kennel is confined now, and, this is for a while in terms of, properties, rental properties, and everything, all that.
The issue that, and I think I sent it in an email, the issue that you probably need to resolve, I know that when we were talking about issuing a certificate of occupancy in connection with this registration, that having that certificate of occupancy was a precondition to renting the unit. At subsection H on page 8, there's still language in there that says, hey, if you don't have this certificate of registration, you're not supposed to rent the place out. And I need you to make sure that that's still kind of what you guys want to legislate. Not a certificate of occupancy, but a certificate of registration, which means they just come down and say, hey, guess what? We're going to use this place as rental property. And the other thing is, I added up at the preamble very first because I noticed this actually is an amendment of some rent property regulations already in place. So you'll notice that the added sections are 4 and 5, which have the penalty provisions and the registration requirements. That's how that ordinance has been modified.
Questions, comments? We've spent a lot of time on this. Is there any further discussion? You all ready to vote on this?
I thought that was the whole deal to register anybody that had a rental property. Was they right? And that's what we talked about last time.
Yeah, and there's a penalty provision in there that's added. If you don't do it, you can file a Class C misdemeanor on you in city court. And if you keep doing it, we can get an injunction against you in district court. So that's in there.
Because if there's not rules, they're not going to follow them. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea.
The only question I have is we've got initial registration by August 30th of 2026. Page 7. Section 4B. Initial registration of each rental unit must be completed on or before August 30th, 2026.
In the original thing, it was July, so I changed that myself. That date can be, you can change that anywhere you want to. There's got to be some time for people in the community who have.
And that's my thing is how do we make landlords aware that they're going to need to register their units? I mean, we have to have a date. I don't have a problem with that. How are we going to get the word out to them before we penalize them?
Do you have a suggestion?
No, just the question.
Okay.
It's hard to notify them if you don't know who they are.
Right, that's hard too.
Yeah.
But it's a small town and word gets that. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Is it too much to put on the water bill as well? So I didn't hear what you said. No, it's just a little bit. Just that way they can see that on there. It's on the city website, would be good.
That's 6 weeks. And after they get the water bill, it will be 4.
We could set it in line with our fiscal year start.
October?
That's just a day.
Yeah,
But that's when our fiscal year starts.
I don't have a problem with that.
Sounds fair enough.
Is that a motion?
Right.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve this with that change.
So what's the specific date? Because without a specific date, your lawyer cannot enforce this at all.
Would that be
October
September?
October what?
Is it September 30th or October 1st?
2026.
Okay,
But does it have to be
The-
registered?
The end of fiscal year, September the 30th.
yes.
Or, so would it be, it'd be September?
That's the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah.
So September 30th? Yeah.
Okay,
Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Mr. Moon, who said September 30th, 2026 as our date. Is there, do we have a second?
Gives them another month.
I'll second it.
We have a second from Ms. Perkins. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. There we go. All right. Now we're ready, I believe, for new business. And, Mr. Hamlin, I think we covered the items, right? Correct.
That's fine. If you need me, I'll just be next door, so.
Okay. New business, consider take action on contingent fee contract and resolution for delinquent tax collection services with Linebarger, Goggin, and Blair and Sampson. And today we have 3 members of that organization here. And so that I don't screw a name up, there's only one name that I'm sure I wouldn't screw up, and you know who that is, but I'll let you introduce yourself.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Richard Brand. Once again, we're in front of y'all. Again, I reported last week, or last month, with Linebarger Law Firm. With me is the one person everybody knows her, Sam Caffey. She is the area manager with our firm. She is your face of contact for the city to us. Your city administrator, your mayor has my cell phone number, but everybody likes talking to Sam a lot more than me, it seems like. And we also have Mayor Malcolm Learfield with us. She is an attorney who's come out of the department almost a year ago. She's helping do a lot of the heavy lifting around here, learning the Department of Tax laws of the body of law. She's learning how that fits in with everything else she's learned. Before we get over to the contract, if I may, if you remember last month we came and had y'all pass a resolution allowing us to receive some funds from a property that had a little bit of difficulty. We were able to get it all resolved in the month that we've had it. Deeds have been filed. We have checks in our hands going to the appraisal district, and I have checks I'm going to give to the city. These are what's called excess proceeds that go above and beyond what the taxes and adjustments were. All told, you won't see anything special from it when you get your deposit from the appraisal district. But all told, between the checks I just handed you and what will come over in the appraisal district, those 2 properties will have netted you a little over $2,000 worth of revenue straight to y'all. What comes over in the appraisal district's check goes to the earmarked line of taxes. The $2,000, or well, the $1,300 that I just handed you a check for, that goes into the general fund under miscellaneous. It's ever to be used for any project you guys need. The short of it is on that one is it's all done, it's been put to bed, and the purchaser has his deed now. So, why don't you give me a resolution on that? As far as the contract goes, there's nothing new in this contract. This is just housekeeping. The other one is just about coming up to the end of its life cycle. And it's still just letting it go over to an evergreen and go year to year. We just asked to renew it for the new 5-year period. Everything's exactly the same. The contingent fee is still 20%. We did add, I don't remember if we had it in the previous one, but I think we did add the 3311 clause in it. What that means is if there's anybody who has business, personal property, it allows me to go talk to them in April instead of having to wait till July. It actually benefits most of your mom and pop shops. They may not understand that there's actually two bills that come from the tax office for their taxes. One for the dirt that they're sitting on, and one for the tools and the inventory and the equipment that they make. By passing the 3311, if you guys sign a contract, from now on, starting in 2027, I'll be able to go in April and I can take a rendition sheet to them. We don't know how the business personal property side of it works. You have an opportunity, just like you can protest your house right, you can protest what they put onto the value of the business. If you render, tell them what it is you have and what you think it is ahead of time. If you don't render it, then they're forced to guess, and often they guess really high. This gives me a chance to go and help educate mom and pop shops. Or we just did this with a multi-million-dollar freezer company in Florida who had no clue how this works. But it allows us to go out and talk to them ahead of time and show them how it goes. Whether they're waiting till July when that deadline is passed, and now it's 2 years before that business owner can rectify the situation. Other than that, I know that's really exciting to me, but I see eyes glaze over when I start seeing property code sections. Other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. We have a long history with the city of Benton Grove. We really do appreciate the relationship you guys allow us to have.
Have you, from last year, can you give me an idea of how much total you all planned?
Not off the top of my head, I'm sorry. It was in the report we gave last month. I don't remember it now.
Was it just the $3,200 here?
I'm sorry?
What was the check?
About 1,300.
You collected more. Okay.
Oh,
Just a question I was trying to figure out. And one thing I don't understand, over on this section 6.30, and that's under the recycle. And can you explain that to me? There's an attorney up to 20% of the delinquent taxes compensated up to 20% of the delinquent taxes penalty and interest collected by the attorney.
6.30?
Yeah.
Or 03?
It's under that first section of the Texas tax code as amended, authorizes the city of Monroe to provide for compensating an attorney up to 20% of the right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. This is just part of a resolution that the city passes. We already have a resolution for that part, which is the 20% contingent fee that goes out of the collection. You already have that on the dirt, on real estate taxes. This is passing a resolution for that 3311 business personal property. Did I answer that?
Yes.
So, last year, I know there were a lot of delinquent property taxes just for Honey Grove. So how often do y'all work on those? Because there were some that have been delinquent for over 12 years.
Daily.
So why were they delinquent for over 12 years?
So this is a hard question to answer in abstract without knowing the property. It could be something that may have a deferral on it or a hold code. It could be something that the value is lower and it takes a little while for it to get into what we call the target range.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that might be happening in it. I would think if it's 12 years, it probably had a deferral on it. It has either come off or may still be alive. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see that on the appraisal district's website.
Well, one in particular I can think of, the owner is deceased. So I don't know, you know which one I'm talking about. there's another one that the owner is now deceased, but he had probably 5 different properties that have been delinquent for quite some time.
Those that the owner is deceased, of course, now you may have probate in it, that really
Right.
makes sense. But if you could get me a property ID number,
Okay.
if we know nobody is living in it, we can run what's called a tax return. I know Chastity has seen some of those applications that we put out. It's a fast way to do those. So if you can get it to us, we can definitely on it, and I can answer the question for sure. I know this for a fact. You were asking about numbers. I recently did a report for Honey Grove ISD. Y'all's property lays in it, but it's a portion of it. They have to report every year to the TEA what their collection radar is. For the last 5 years, we've averaged over 100%. We've actually been able to collect more than what their levy is every year. So I can't give you a number, but I do know we're collecting almost at the maximum of what we're going to be able to.
I know you all, Kathy has come and Sarah, Chastity, properties, and it's helping them. So we should help. And let me just say this, we appreciate dinner.
Yes.
So much. We're doing that.
We're happy to get the fellowship here in a few minutes.
Questions or comments? Okay. Do we have action on this, or we just report it?
It is an action item, yes, sir.
It's an action. All right. We need a motion to approve our agreement, our contract, as we continue with lifeguard funding, whatever it says.
Mr. Kathy, if I can, before you do, I would suggest you make 2 motions, or you can do it in the same motion, to renew the contract and to approve the resolution. Okay. You want an action on both of those.
That's the motion we need.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution, and the new contract.
All right, we have a motion, Mr. Kathy, that we did the contract, we approved the resolution, all of it. I do have a second. A second from Mr. Cunningham. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
We appreciate it. And honestly, anytime you come across a property, I can't stress this enough. Boots on the ground trumps knowledge from a computer.
Oh, don't invite me to do that.
I have found the cities that take a more active role, we actually develop a really good system between suits and warrants. One of the things I know I've said this before to Chastity and years ago to Clyde is we'll do about 10 tax warrants a year, which is a super fast way. If you have problem properties, stuff that's dilapidated, kids are playing in, no town in Texas has a drug problem, but should there be something going on in there, if you'll give me a list of those on an Excel sheet, we can work that into our Google work plan. And that gives us a little more responsibility. You can direct us a little bit on where to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate you coming. And, again, we appreciate that. All right.
I was just going one other thing.
That we're gonna have a sale on October 2, that there's gonna be some Starbucks properties that will also help with those things.
Okay.
And like Richard said, I mean, it's a new area of law that I've been training on for 20 years. This is very different. It's a year, but I'm learning, and anything that y'all can throw this way, I will take it. I will learn. He is great to learn from. Look here, he is great to learn from, but y'all can throw it our way.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. You're welcome to stay for this other. You're welcome to go. All right. I believe we're through with finally. Emily Erfield from JSA represent us with their years and items, progress updates on water and sewer projects. And just to let you know, our workshop is council proposal that you brought to us. So they have, I have a copy of what
met Emily. Emily's been assisting on the project. She's been great, so we've been able to get a lot of work done on the three projects. So first I'll go through the water project. So that's the approximately 8,000 feet of line on 6th Street, on Bodard and Hickory and 16 and a little bit of 56 as well. So we've got the preliminary design set ready and had it reviewed by the city. So we're ready to move forward into final design. And the other good news is we've got the categorical exclusion reviewed by TWDB, and we have a determination of no effect. So essentially saying that there is no environmental effects to the project. We are, however, waiting from TWDB on approval for the engineering feasibility report. So we're sort of at their mercy, in that process. But we're pushing forward on our final design on the project, regardless. And like I said, the preliminary design for the water lines is complete. For the ground storage tanks, we're also putting in a new ground storage tank at the 10th Street pump station. So we're working on that. We're setting location of the tanks, the pipelines where they need to tie in, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we expect to, as long as the TWDB is approved, we're ready to move forward into final design and bidding on that project. So on the sewer collection system project, I move on to the second project now. It's also a TWDB project. So this is one of the larger ones. So this involves, upgrading the wastewater treatment plant and also doing approximately 20,000 feet of line work. So we've completed the planning report that you all have seen. It includes, essentially two sections, one for the collection system and one for the treatment plant. So, we were able to do retrofit modifications to the overall funding, and we're able to have the project constructed within the funds that we currently have, which was difficult, in the beginning, because we wanted to go to a 1 MGD, treatment plant. The costs have gone up in the last 4 to 5 years, and so we've had to dial that back down to 0.75 MGD, treatment plant, but that will get the job done for the time being until you need the highest, expansion going forward. Again, their engineering feasibility report and categorical exclusion are ready, just submitted to TWDB, so they will have their say on that. So yeah, that's we will be waiting for comments from TWDB on that, and regardless, like I said, we'll move forward with the final design on that as well. The third project that I'm going to talk about is the CDBG water distribution tank coating and paint project. So this is the 10th Street pump station. Ground storage tanks being emptied, and started the work on the tanks. So they're starting to blast the tanks to begin with. And we're also finding out, certain things like the inside, the interior of the tanks need to be replaced. The vents, after we open them up, we figured that they're really corroded. Same with the hatches. I think our recommendation, will be to get those taken care of as part of the project. And there is a cost for that, and this was provided to us yesterday, and I think we shared that with Chastity. It totals to about $33,800. The remaining unutilized funds from the CDBG funds is $27,057, and so the additional funds required from the city would be be about $6,743. Now, this is not the agenda item for approving that. I'm just giving that as an introduction so that when it comes up next, that you're aware of it. So like I said, the contractors mobilized for the water line extension work as well. It's about 600 to 700 feet of pipeline. So that was really good. Well, there will be a shroud cover provided when they're blasting the tank so that it doesn't affect the residents in the area. And we expect this project to be completed. All right. Yeah, the project's expected to finish in September 2026. And another one that I'd like to quickly touch on and talk about is the WSIG application. So that's the fund for the water project that originally talked about the last time I was here. So essentially we've come up with a cost of $8,743,000 approximately. So all of that is a 100% loan forgiveness essentially, and we're putting that application together, and it's due by the 31st of July. We have some resolutions regarding that will need to be approved by the council.
Those resolutions have to be
approved by the city
by the 31st of July.
No, I think is that on the agenda today? Yeah, that's on the agenda as well. And, we've done the application free of cost as well, since it's all paid for.
These are funds strictly for a water project.
Right, yes.
They're 100% funded, no matching funds for them. And there was a question as to for a city our size, the amount. There was some comment about being one person. We thought it was a little less because of the size. Do you know what that is now?
Yeah, so the cap, so the city's eligible to get up to 10 million. We've estimated based on discussions with Charles and the needs that we have on the water side, total to about 8.7.
That will be welcome amount of money to address some problems.
Great, together. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have.
What was the figure again?
That's 8,743. Let me give you the exact. It's $8,373,250. Sorry, that was awful.
Well, that's a nice figure anyway. So, at this point, you've given a nice summary of the groundwater storage work that's going to be ongoing there. And we also have a notion of where you are with the sewer project as well. So what else would you add in regards to these things?
So, the next process is really going to be to submit those plans to TWB, get it approved so that we can move forward into bidding these projects out. And I think time is of the essence. Again, costs are going up, and we've tried to retrofit the treatment plan with what's already there existing. I think on the long run, when you do expand the plant, the pre-treatment of it, it's going to both basically a new
just wondering, what you're proposing now with the sewer plant is something that can be added to this type of zone that's available. And still, it's an upgrade from what we have now. And it'll be a welcome relief to Charles for sure, because it seems like every day there's some issue with the sewer plant and with the equipment that's out there. So it's becoming costly on a daily basis and really playing havoc with a bunch of people.
Yeah, there are definitely needs, Mayor, on the collection system side. You know, having seen walk down these streets, we are in need of these improvements. I mean, the ones that we're working on right now are 14, 13, 11, and 7, and also on Commerce as well. So those are going to be really critical and try to keep those flows down at the treatment plant. That way we can stay within the permit levels as well. So yeah.
As I recall, that project was supposed to be finished in 28. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that's coming down the road. Certainly it's nice that the groundwater storage folks can see what's happening down there. They drive down 10th Street, see the money that they are investing through their water bills. It's always a problem to ask for funds and go up on prices when it's months down the road before you really see them start to move. People have a hard time not seeing the value of their what they are investing in or asked to invest in. So it would be nice now from this point for them to begin to see what's taking place with water lines, with groundwater, and with sewer and the improvements there. Questions or comments on these issues?
I had one. First of all, I appreciate you coming and giving an update. Like the mayor said, I think it's very important that the citizens know where their money's going and that they see the value and what their taxes are going towards. On the CDBG water distribution system improvements, you have a proposed change order that we received in our packet. It's got 2 ladders on it. How long are those ladders?
I'll have to go back and check on that, but it's essentially the full length of the tank pipe. It's both on the inside and on the outside.
You don't know approximate height or, I mean, is it a 30-foot ladder?
It should be 35 foot if I'm not wrong. 35.
It's close to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious because that's a lot of money for a ladder, so I want to make sure that it's a very strong, well-built ladder.
It's got ladders, and we're also replacing the roof vents.
Oh no, I see it's itemized on here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's got to have all protection.
You got to have the cage around it and all that. Okay.
Yeah, there are a few other items in there as well.
Oh, absolutely. I see them. Thank you. Thank you for the update.
Thanks.
So let me ask for clarification in the cost. Additional funds required for this would be $6,743 from the city. Are those funds that we're going to have to come up with now? Approval for that?
Yeah, I think it will be on the agenda.
Next time?
This has got to be this time. It's got to be tonight if it's got to be done by the 31st.
That's why we were able to put it in the Kansas City, knowing where you were giving updates.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's $1,300. It can be used for anything.
So we need to approve these funds. That's what I kind of thought when I looked at this and I thought, well, this is.
Yeah, and I might go ahead and explain that. I thought it was going to come up in the next meeting because you needed like with it. Yeah, let me go ahead and explain that. So essentially the contractor is taking the tanks down when it's empty now, and we're finding out that we need these to be done. Now he started with glass, he's going to do other improvements with the tank. So, and they're going to be finished within 3 to 4 weeks or so. So we need to get that process.
I just wanted to be sure because
would that be coming out of the utility fund or the general fund, or where are we gonna pull that from?
Company, Charles is.
Utility fund.
Charles is gonna write a personal check.
Okay. Coming from Massey Farms?
Utility fund is where it's going.
And you have the money in the fund for that? Always want to check first.
He's shaking his head yes. So we need a motion to approve these funds and spend.
We need it?
If you're interested in.
Can we do that?
We just approved 6743, is that what?
Can we do that? It's not on here.
Does it seem?
Requesting financial participation, that's the application.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just the application and the grant.
You're approving.
That's just the application and the grant. What?
We got progress up. It just says progress updates.
Progress updates.
I'll make a motion. that we
It is considered and take action. Okay. I mean, no, it seems like it makes sense.
We have a motion.
Because it says consider or take action.
$6,743 children's fund. Do we have a second? Second. Have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries unanimous. Who made the motion? Okay.
Just over here seconding things.
Put it in your minutes, Brenda.
Consider participating in the Texas Water Development Board and authorizing the filing of the application. So now, is there any issue, discussion that you want to have about that? In terms of these funds, that's the 8 million.
347. Yes, 200.
I can't imagine any of you have any objections to our possibly getting $8 million. Okay.
I motion that we have KSA, is it KSA that's gonna do it? KSA do the application for the financial participation for the water supply and infrastructure grant. Easy for me to say.
We have a motion to explain that we ask KSA to move forward with the application to Kaiser debt approval. We have a second. Second. A second from Mr. Patton. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries unanimously. And by the way, this may be the first time since I've been here, a long time since we've had funds that we've not had the opportunity to get that we don't have. It's outstanding. Thank you all. Thank you for your patience. Emily, thank you for being here. And anything else?
No, thank you so much, Council.
Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you for the update.
Thank you all for coming. Thanks for your work. Okay, let's go now to E, since we've already discussed moving on the agenda item B, the CJIS Microsoft Government, City Hall, and Police, and we discussed this in our workshop, and you all know what you're ready. We discussed this in the workshop, and it's something that we, Chief has explained that we have to have for them. The question was, would we do it? Any comments, questions?
We're paying that a month?
It's initial, initial setup.
So
and then
8,
so
9, 10.
minus
Okay.
600.
Okay.
What's that, this one?
That's for everybody, right?
So we moved our whole website to the government.
Yeah.
And what are we currently paying for the emails and website and all the things?
It's all in Jeff's, it's under Jeff, so we pay, I think, 200 something regular, like if you don't come see us or anything, then it comes on and see us.
So would this cover him? So it's for his support as well? Okay,
Yeah, this would be a bill for you.
okay.
Seems like you said it was gonna be like $900 with an officer or something, and they've got equipment or whatever. I said, it sounds like, didn't he say the last meeting was about $900 a cop? Isn't that correct?
That may have just been for PD though, we're actually.
Yeah, just for PD. I don't know about the city, because he said he was gonna look into that.
And is this 16, is that PD in city services? Like 16 total, okay. That doesn't include council or anything like that?
No.
Okay,
No, because we have like classes.
okay. I motion that we move forward with this. It has to be done for the PD, so we might as well go ahead and convert it all.
We have a motion for Ms. Lane, if we go ahead and do the CJI as final stop for City Hall as well as police department as well as City Hall.
I'll second that, yes.
Second, Ms. Lane, motion, second, all those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. All right. Moving right along. AT&T right of way permit application. AT&T is pretty standard. And they are forward to ask for a permit. Across, across, I think they're 14th Street, across 56. And I think, personally, I think this is just a formality of allowing them to do the work.
Make a motion that we give them the permission and right away. It's permitted.
Makes a motion that we allow them to have a permit for their right-of-way permit application. We have a second.
I'll second that.
All
Alright, sorry.
All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. 7 and 8, and being unapproved manufacturers' homes being brought into the city. We talked about this in the workshop, of having, at least if we're going to have them be a certain age and not be 1 hour and brought in. So, discussion.
I think that they should not be any more than, I almost want to say 5 years.
I think so too.
Say big. Well,
They start deteriorating.
they start, well, they're like a car. As soon as they're pulled off the lot, they're depreciating and you're moving this
thing.
2 pieces of a home down the highway with things flying off of it. So I don't have a problem with 30.
Well, you can't do it for one and not for everyone else in the same level, yeah.
Just say, oh,
But what we have, like in the places where there are already existing mobile homes, they've already been approved, I'm assuming. So if they move, I think that it's a good practice to go ahead and have an age set so that if they take that one, Joe Blow sells his lot that has the trailer home on it that's falling apart. So remove that and they bring another one in. It can't be older than X amount of years.
Or, for example, down between 13th and 14th Street, there's a section that there's 5 or 6 homes that's been there forever. I mean, as long as I can moved one out, if they were moving it in, couldn't be more than 5 years old. That is a designated area there.
Yeah, we do have some places in the city where, I don't know if we have to or not.
Godfathered in. I think you have been here forever.
So, do we need to have more discussion on this side? Are you ready to decide?
I'm ready.
I think 5 years is good.
I think 5 is more than reasonable because I don't know. Like, I know Bill wasn't here, and I can't remember the conversation last time. It is extremely difficult to get financing on a home that has been moved more than once. So if it's been moved from the sales lot to a land lot, that's one time. If it gets moved from that land lot to somewhere else, it's really difficult to be able to get financing. So with that being said, most likely that home is a used home is going to be paid cash. They're going to pay cash for it, which means that it's going to be an older, not in as good a shape home. So
at this point, what we're really talking about are homes that are no more than 5 years old into a section that's already designated as. So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You couldn't move an old one in.
Right.
There are old lots.
Right.
Okay, we have a motion.
I motion that we set the age for HUD-approved manufactured homes to be no more than 5 years prior to the current year.
I'll second that, yeah.
We have a motion from Ms. Lane, that we set a limit on the age of the home that's moved in 5, and a second from Ms. Perkins. All in favor, say, it's motion carries. The next item is H, and that's the late notice door hangers. Betsy did some more work on the door hangers, so look this over and see what you think. I think it's a great idea. Is this the color we're going to be testing?
Yeah, it doesn't bring off that one. Yes. That was the suggestion.
She made some changes in the information, penalty, cost, and that sort of thing. And part of this reflects, I believe, some of the information that we gathered from surrounding cities and what's happening in those cities when people disconnect, reconnect, that sort of thing.
So all of the fees listed on here are currently what the fees are for disconnection and all that? No, these are new.
This is the ones that I was given suggestions in the last meeting.
Okay.
So I was plugged into this and reworded the late notice.
Okay.
Is there going to be a place on here that the address will be written or something?
You know, no, because we have a list and the guys would just go by and put it on their doors.
I'm gonna have a heart attack if I come home and somebody has taken their pink slip off of their door and put it on mine.
Yeah, we can know that your mom likes. So if somebody does that, I mean, but like, that would be, we would run 150 late notice, I mean, to 200 sometimes.
I motion that we get the door hangers.
You good with all those fees?
Mhm.
I mean, that's a lot of money. If you get your water cut off, that's $125.
You screw up one time and you won't do it again.
My thing is, why do we have a late fee and a failure to pay fee? Why don't we just make it a $50 late fee?
Is that a vote?
Oh.
This lane, is that a motion?
No, hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bark at you.
I'm talking the details. Why do we have a late fee and a failure to pay fee? Can we just consolidate that and make it a $50 fee?
Because that's what they've always had. I don't know why they have done it that way, but the late fee is like if you don't pay by the 10th, and then the $40 fee is if you
Is
pay
the extra
after
to
the
be
20th.
Disconnected?
Yes. So that was what they had to disconnect, which other cities were doing the failure to pay fee. So that's why it was 40 if you pay after the 20th. And then if you get it disconnected, that would be the 75.
Then you have a reconnection fee.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a lot of money if somebody doesn't pay their bill.
But I think they'll only do it one time.
Yeah.
You got that motion on the steer of the lights.
They make me move it to Phoenix, Arizona, and we'll have to worry about it.
So the late fee is if you pay between,
10th.
after the 10th before the 20th. So you've got a 10-day window to pay 10, then after that, you're paying 50. Then after that, if you gotta have it reconnected, you're paying 125.
Yes.
Okay.
And that way, if they.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, if they get a payment arrangement with us or anything, they'd still have that $40 fee plus that 10 plus their bill, which
Yeah.
is normal for them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was just curious why it was
So many.
stepped like that.
Well, after doing research in like Mono and Dodge City and them, this is kind of how they go. So I just renamed our disconnect fee to failure to pay.
Yeah, and then a reconnect fee.
Because Bill wasn't here last week, so
Yeah.
she would have some that would just let it get cut off.
Yeah.
And they would just pay it and didn't worry about it. Well, maybe
Yeah.
they'll stop doing that, which is making it harder for the city and the workers and everyone
No,
else.
that, it makes sense.
Yeah, and the difficult, part of the difficulty is that when we have somebody is after hours, and somebody has to drive back here, maybe an employee, come back in and turn the water on or do whatever, so. They want to call to call,
Okay, I reinitiate my motion. I reinitiate my motion.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, further discussion.
Have a second?
We have a motion.
She made the
I'm
motion.
a-
Ms. Lane, the second. Okay, second. Coming down, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries unanimously. Tell me, well, you, as long as you are marching like money, as long as you're drinking.
Well, we're not hungry.
Okay, the last item is I, and that's purchasing iPads and cases for council members to use for packets and council emails. And, I think we ought to check this out in a couple of years when this mayor is gone. But usually, I tell you what this does, and I would vow to learn to use the iPad, I'm not great, but I can always call Lisa and Chastity to help me. But what it does is.
Eliminates all this.
Ink that it took to print this. We're spending an enormous amount of money on paper, and so it's saving an enormous amount of money.
Not only that, we spend a lot of time on labor costs.
Yeah, labor costs too.
Could we not, I mean, I'm looking to see if they have Wi-Fi, and they do have Wi-Fi available here. So could we not just bring our own laptops? I have a hard time justifying us getting iPads when we've asked people to increase their water bills.
Well, the one thing to consider is we can take this out of the technology fund. It wouldn't come out of general fund, and that technology fund is what is the only thing that comes up needs for. So we have a pot of money that's sitting there for this kind of equipment, and it can't be used for.
Then we reallocate it next year. I don't need another thing to keep up with.
What do
I
you
don't-
mean we reallocate it? We can't reallocate it.
We put it
It's
in a different-
technology fund. We can't put it in a different fund. That's what I'm saying. The
When
state
we redo
mandates
the
it.
budget next year, we can move some of that, we can take the money and not apply it to technology fund.
The technology came from court funds.
I mean, do they mandate that we have a certain amount that we spend on technology?
No, but I'm saying that money doesn't come from general fund. It comes from court fines, court costs, those types of things. It's specifically set by the state for technology. So the courts can keep up with whatever, the sieges, the other stuff. So it's not necessarily something we can spend for water or water lines.
I don't want one.
Okay. I don't.
Now, I will, having
I
said
don't like
that,
all the packaging.
having said that, I don't need the numbers to come, and I'm perfectly fine with having everything emailed, but I don't need the city to provide me with an iPad. Unless the case can be hot pink, the same color as the water disconnect notices, then maybe I'll consider it.
Can make it happen.
No, really, I mean, I can bring my own computer. I wouldn't mind having them emailed. We used to do that, and we don't do that anymore. And it can't be that difficult to shoot it over. In the printouts, we've got, in the consent items, we've got all of the numbers from the bank accounts and everything like that. I wouldn't mind not having that printed out. I don't need that. I mean, having some of it printed is okay, but I don't need the whole big packet. I really kind of like having both, but I don't need both. I would like it electronically, but I don't need an iPad. We don't need to spend money, so. If y'all want to vote and people that want them can get them, that's a whole other thing. But
I have an iPad. I don't need one. I just think it's going to be better for the staff to not print all this crap every month.
I'm fine.
And for a workshop.
I'm fine with going back. They tried doing it all electronically for a little while, and one of the alder members had a problem with that, so we switched back to printing it all out.
I wonder, I wonder, for example, we get the full budget spending every month, line item by line item. What is it possible to get balances?
Get what?
From balance or accounts.
I was just sending y'all out, is it like the liability disbursements? I was just sending that out to y'all, and then the suggestion came across using bank statements so it's more transparent. If y'all don't want bank statements.
No, I'm fine with it. It's just.
I can go back and just send you allocations and the liability and disbursements.
I like having the bank statements. I think it's good information. I don't have a problem with that. I don't need it printed out in a big stack. I mean.
And so when I create a packet, I create it all at once, and then I just send it out to y'all that way. I can create one packet and send it to y'all, but you're still gonna get all that because I have to create it in one packet.
That's fine.
I don't care either way. This was just a suggestion even from Jeff, our IT person, on it being, because eventually I think y'all are gonna have the .gov emails too. Council's gonna have to do their TML. So, and that would keep it more safe and secure for y'all too. So
Yeah.
that's why this was put on the agenda.
That CJIS stuff is mandated by the state. It's like an unfunded mandate. We're not going to have a choice what to do. And if we're not in compliance, then we're going to pay hefty fines.
Can we get the .gov email on our personal computers?
That's a Jeff
Are we-
question. That's
yeah.
a-
Yeah, I can ask him, they'll bring it back to workshop.
But I think the state's going to go to that.
Probably all right.
I do know this, that if we're using like our funds or our own computers, they can be subpoenaed. Keep the computer up. So, if you're using your own.
It's a good point.
They have to subpoena. They have access to whatever you have on your personal computer.
Terry Paul, you're Mayor Pro Tem. Would you like a hot pink iPad?
Hot pink, auto.
Actually, you can get them in yellow, blue, hot pink, or silver.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Let's put this on hold and see if it is going to be mandated. If it's better to do that, if we have the funding already allocated, then that may be one thing. I'm with Lori. I would hate to spend money that we don't need to spend if we don't need to spend it. So let's look and see what it's going to entail, and maybe look at it later.
But I think what Brandon was saying, you are already spending the money already.
No, and I get that. That's why I would like to. I mean, but that's not something we can take action on necessarily right now.
Right.
But maybe we can discuss having them sent electronically also. I mean, I don't think we even need a motion or anything like that. Chastity can just do that.
Well, good as a